Hello guys, welcome to Book Ideas, where we tell you interesting ideas from interesting books. The idea that we are picking today is from the book called The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. This is a very interesting book. It deals with the psychology of money, and it's not just about mindset. It deals with a lot of things. It has some real life studies, facts to help you understand how to view and manage money. So if you want to get this book, you can click the link in the description. I highly recommend it. Did you know that out of $84.5 billion, $81.5 billion came after 65 years of age for Warren Buffett. Which means he was a single digit billionaire before, and after the age 65 he became a double digit billionaire. It's like he was worth like $4-5 billion according to the fact. $4-5 billion, and at the age 65, after the age 65, he made about $81.5 billion. 81.5. That's like that big of a growth. Now, how does this help you out? What is the secret? And can you do the same? Now, if you're thinking, you know what, I'm not Warren. I'm just an ordinary person watching this video. Can I do it? Is it possible for me? The truth is, yes. It's not only possible for you, it's something that's extremely possible to any average person who's watching this. So now let's see how. Now for you to get the concept, the author, Morgan Housel, when he's writing this chapter, he starts off with an ice age. Now what is an ice age? Ice age is where it's a time period where ice covers a lot of land. Like a lot of ice covers large areas of land, which can last for a very long time. Now the most recent ice age happened about 2.6 to 3 million years ago according to Google, and it's still going on right now. The ice is still melting. And they said that there was about 5 major ice ages throughout the history. Now, if you see how this ice age occurs, they say that ice slowly accumulates, but it doesn't melt as fast as it accumulates. So it stays on, it builds up, and before you know it, you have an ice age. Now, what can this tell you about Warren Buffett's investing? Similar to ice age, the same is the case with money, especially Warren Buffett strategy. He is not just an investor. He has been a good investor since his childhood days. He literally started investing from the age about 10 years or something. From 10 years till now he's like 65 plus. He has been investing money. And this long time, for him being able to invest for this long time, is what helped him. And what helped him exactly is this principle of compound interest. Now what is compound interest? What does this mean? You invest a sum of money, and based on that money you may get some percentage of return, some percentage extra on top of it. And for the next year, the same money plus interest, you get an interest on that. So for the next year, once again, interest plus previous money, and you get a new interest on that. So slowly it starts building up. If you don't touch your money, if you keep investing, over time, the result will be exponential. Now if you don't get this concept, go Google it. You can find some interesting videos which will explain in a more simplified way. Now one interesting example that Morgan Housel tells in this is that Warren Buffett, he invested since the age of 10. If, let's say he did not do it, let's say he just spent his 20s exploring the world, finding his purpose and all that, here's what his calculation, Morgan's calculation would have been. If Warren Buffett, if he was like a normal person, if he was spending his teens and all, spending on different things, by the age of 30, his net worth would have been about $25,000. To then, $25,000 when he was 30. In actuality, he was worth about $1 million. But $25,000, where's 25,000 and then where's $1 million? Now that in long term will become more and more exponential. Even for this he tells. Now let's say he went on to invest that amount of money and he was able to generate 22% on top of it every year, and he quit his investing and retired at the age of 60 to play golf and spend time with his grandchildren. His net worth today would have been about $11.9 million. Not about 84.5 but 11.9. You can read the book for further calculation. That is like 99.9% less than his actual right now whatever his net worth is. And that's how effective it is. From this you can kind of conclude that the secret of Warren Buffett, his skill is investing, but his secret is time. Giving it time, being patient and constantly investing money every single month, every single year, constantly doing it for long periods of time is what has helped him build this net worth. Now, another interesting part is this. If you're thinking it's still not possible or he's a better investor, yes, he is a better investor, but Morgan Housel speaks about how he might not have been the best. That's right, he might not have been the best. In fact, he is not. His returns are kind of average or pretty good. Every yearly, how much he generates. Now, there are other people who are a lot better investors than Warren Buffett, but they don't have nearly his net worth. The reason being, a lot of them started out late. Even for that, he gives a story in this chapter on one of the person called Simmons, how he started off later in life. He was a better investor. He got even better returns than Warren Buffett, but because he started late, he was not able to rack up as big of a net worth as Warren Buffett. With that said, guys, this was the power of compounding. If you still want to understand what compounding is and all that, there are videos on YouTube you can find. They simply explain you. This is one of the most amazing ways to build wealth. With that said, if you felt like you learned something of value, something new, something that you could apply in your life, then leave a like, hit that subscribe button. And this is Abhishek signing off. I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.